In a vast, shimmering hall on the planet Zenthara, the Galactic Council convened for an urgent meeting. The members, a mix of different alien species, sat in a circle, their faces tense with worry. The Council was responsible for maintaining peace in the galaxy, but today they faced a growing threat: humanity. High Chancellor Zorath, a tall, green-skinned being with large, expressive eyes, called the meeting to order. "We must discuss the humans," he said, his voice echoing in the grand chamber. The council members exchanged worried glances. They had heard stories of human bravery and resourcefulness. Many planets had fallen to their relentless spirit. Counselor Tharok, a burly alien with a thick armored skin, leaned forward. "Humans have already defeated many powerful foes. If we do not act now, they may become unstoppable." His voice was deep and booming, resonating with authority. "We cannot allow a primitive species to gain such power." Counselor Licia, a delicate, silver-skinned creature with sparkling eyes, raised her hand. "But they are not just primitive. Humans have shown remarkable ingenuity. They adapt and learn quickly. Underestimating them would be a grave mistake." Her voice was soft but filled with conviction. The council fell silent, reflecting on the truth of her words. Humans had survived countless challenges throughout their history. From the ashes of war, they had risen stronger, using their creativity and courage. The council members remembered tales of human warriors who fought against overwhelming odds, using their wits to outsmart their enemies. Zorath nodded slowly, acknowledging the wisdom in Licia's statement. "We must gather more information before making any decisions. A full-scale attack without understanding them could lead to disaster." Tharok sighed, frustrated. "What more do we need to see? We have already lost valuable resources to their cunning. We should send our best soldiers to Earth. They must assess the human threat and neutralize it if necessary." Zorath considered this suggestion carefully. "A reconnaissance mission may be wise, but we must choose our soldiers carefully. We need the strongest and most skilled warriors to face the unknown." The council discussed their options for a while. Finally, they agreed on a plan. They would send a specialized team of elite soldiers to Earth. This team would gather intelligence on human capabilities and report back. If the humans proved to be a threat, the council would take action. As the meeting concluded, the members felt a mix of fear and excitement. They knew the stakes were high. If humans were indeed as formidable as the report suggested, the galaxy could be facing a new era of conflict. Meanwhile, on Earth, life continued as usual. Humans went about their daily routines, unaware of the looming danger. Soldiers trained in the mountains, athletes competed in fields, and families enjoyed their time together. But in the shadows, the Galactic Council was watching, plotting their next move. The elite team, composed of some of the Council's most skilled warriors, prepared for their mission. Among them was Commander Varek, a fearsome warrior known for his battle tactics. He had faced many challenges and emerged victorious. But this mission felt different. He could sense the weight of the responsibility on his shoulders. As Varek and his team boarded their sleek spaceship, he reflected on the mission ahead. They would need to be cautious and observant. Humans were unpredictable, and their fighting spirit could turn the tide of any battle. Varek felt a mix of excitement and apprehension as they blasted off toward Earth. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, Zorath sat alone, staring at the starry sky outside. He knew they were treading dangerous ground. Humans were not to be underestimated. As the ship departed, a thought nagged at him. What if the Council's fears were justified? What if the humans truly were the deadliest soldiers in the galaxy? The meeting had ended, but the real battle was just beginning. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and humanity was about to prove whether they could rise to the challenge once more. Little did they know, the Galactic Council was watching, waiting for their moment to strike. Would humanity prove itself worthy, or would they fall to a more powerful foe? Only time would tell. The Galactic Council's elite team arrived on Earth under the cover of night. Their sleek spaceship hovered silently above a dense forest, its dark exterior blending perfectly with the shadows. Commander Varek, the leader of the team, peered through the ship's viewing window, taking in the sight of the blue planet below. He could feel a mix of excitement and unease in the air. "Prepare for landing," Varek ordered, his voice steady. His team of 4 elite soldiers, each trained in different combat skills, quickly moved into action. They double-checked their gear and weapons, readying themselves for what lay ahead. Each soldier was determined to prove their worth, but they also felt the weight of their mission. They were here to gather information and possibly engage with humans. As the ship touched down in a secluded area, the team exited, their boots crunching on the fallen leaves. The forest was alive with sounds, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of small animals, and the distant hoot of an owl. It was peaceful, yet there was an undercurrent of tension. They had to remain alert. "Stay low and keep quiet," Varric whispered, signaling his team to spread out and scout the area. They moved like shadows through the trees, their eyes scanning for any signs of human activity. The team had trained for countless hours, but they knew nothing could prepare them for the unpredictability of humans. Suddenly, a loud sound shattered the night. It was the roar of a motorcycle engine revving up nearby. Varric motioned for his team to take cover behind a cluster of bushes. They peered out, and soon a group of young humans appeared, riding their motorcycles along a dirt path. They laughed and shouted, carefree and full of life. Varric watched intently as the humans displayed a kind of raw energy that fascinated him. They rode without fear, darting through the trees, their laughter echoing in the night. This was not what he expected. He had prepared for fierce warriors, not this joyful display of freedom. "Look at their confidence," whispered Mara, a sharpshooter with quick reflexes. "They move like they own the place." Varric nodded, intrigued. "They fight for what they believe in. That makes them dangerous." As the group of humans continued to ride, one of them suddenly fell off his motorcycle, crashing to the ground. The others quickly stopped, gathering around him with concern. Varric could see the friendship and loyalty among them. It was powerful, a bond that made them stronger together. "Let's move in closer," Varric decided, sensing an opportunity to learn more. The team crept silently through the trees, keeping their distance, but observing the humans carefully. Just then, the fallen rider got back on his feet, brushing off dirt and laughing. "I'm fine! Let's keep going!" he shouted. The group cheered and they revved their engines, ready to ride again. Varric felt a mix of admiration and caution. Humans had a spirit that could not be easily broken. He knew they were not just warriors, they were survivors, fiercely loyal to one another. This realization made Varric uneasy. If humans could fight for each other like this, they would be formidable opponents in battle. As the group of humans rode off into the night, Varric signaled his team to follow them from a distance. They trailed the motorcycles, keeping out of sight, curious to see where the humans would lead them. After a while, the humans reached a clearing near a small lake. They parked their motorcycles and gathered around a fire, the flickering flames casting warm light on their faces. They began to share stories, laughing and joking, completely unaware of the alien observers lurking in the shadows. Varric and his team watched, fascinated. The humans spoke of their lives, their dreams, and the struggles they faced. There was a passion in their voices, a fire that ignited the night. The aliens felt a strange pull, as if they were witnessing something special. "This is not what I expected," Mara said softly, still watching the humans. "They are more than just soldiers. They have heart." Varric nodded, understanding the significance of what they were witnessing. These humans were fighters, but they were also friends, lovers, and dreamers. As the fire crackled, Varric realized that this mission would not be just about gathering intelligence. It was about understanding humanity itself. But as they stood in the shadows, a sudden noise broke the moment. An unexpected rustle from the bushes made the humans jump. They quickly grabbed their motorcycles, ready to leave, but not before Varric made a crucial decision. "Let's reveal ourselves," he commanded. This was the moment they had to take. The mission was about to become much more dangerous and thrilling than they had planned. The moon hung high in the night sky, casting a silver glow on the clearing where the humans had gathered. Varric felt his heart race as he prepared to step out of the shadows. The moment had come to reveal themselves, and he knew it was a risky decision. Would the humans react with fear or curiosity? There was only one way to find out. "On my signal," he whispered to his team. They nodded, their expressions serious, ready to follow his lead. With a deep breath, Varric stepped into the light. "Humans!" he called out, his voice strong and steady. "We mean you no harm." His team emerged behind him, their sleek alien forms glinting under the moonlight. The humans froze, their laughter replaced by shocked silence. Eyes widened, and hearts raced as they took in the sight of the unexpected visitors. One brave human, a young man with tousled hair and an adventurous spirit, stepped forward. "What are you?" he asked, a mix of fear and curiosity in his voice. Varric raised his hands to show he meant no threat. "We are from another world," he said slowly. "We come in peace, seeking knowledge about your kind." He felt the weight of his words. This was a turning point. How the humans responded could change everything. The group of humans exchanged glances, unsure of what to make of the strange beings before them. Finally, the same young man spoke again. "Knowledge? You want to learn about us? Why?" Mara, standing beside Varric, took a step forward. "We have heard tales of your bravery and skill. We want to understand what makes you strong." Her voice was calm, trying to bridge the gap between their worlds. The humans hesitated, still wary but intrigued. "Okay," the young man said slowly, "but you have to answer our questions too." A murmur of agreement ran through the group. It seemed they were willing to listen, but they also wanted to know more about the aliens who had appeared so suddenly. As they began to talk, Varric felt a shift in the atmosphere. The humans were no longer just cautious, they were curious. They asked about the aliens' home, their technology, and their reasons for coming to Earth. Varric and his team shared their stories, detailing the vastness of the galaxy and the Council's concerns about humanity. As the night progressed, the humans revealed their own stories, tales of hardship, triumph, and dreams for the future. The fire crackled as they laughed, sharing their fears and hopes. Varric listened intently, feeling a connection growing between them. But not all the humans were convinced. One woman, her hair pulled back tightly and her expression fierce, stepped forward. "How do we know you won't turn on us? We've faced threats before." Her eyes narrowed, and Varric could sense the protective spirit within her. "Trust is earned, not given," Varric replied. "We have no intention of harming you. We want to learn and perhaps work together." The woman hesitated, contemplating his words. Varric sensed that the fate of their mission hung in the balance. "Fine," she finally said, crossing her arms. "But we'll be watching you. If you even try to betray us, you'll regret it." The tone in her voice was firm, and Varric respected her strength. "Agreed," Varric replied, nodding. "We will show you we can be allies, not enemies." Just then, the peaceful atmosphere shattered with the sound of approaching vehicles. The humans froze, their expressions turning serious. "It's the cops!" the young man shouted, his voice filled with urgency. "They must have seen our bikes!" Varric felt a surge of adrenaline. This was not just a meeting anymore, it was a test of trust and teamwork. "We must hide," he commanded. The team quickly devised a plan. Varric pointed to the trees. "We'll take cover. You lead the way." The humans scrambled to gather their motorcycles, moving quickly and quietly. The young man took charge, directing his friends as they worked to conceal their presence. As the alien team melded into the shadows, Varric felt a new bond forming between them and the humans. They were facing a common threat, and the lines between alien and human began to blur. In that moment, they were all just survivors, fighting for their lives. The police vehicles rolled into the clearing, lights flashing and engines roaring. The humans ducked down, holding their breath as the aliens observed from the shadows. This unexpected turn had turned their mission into a thrilling escape. Varric realized they had crossed a critical line. They were no longer just observers. They were part of something bigger. The journey ahead would test their resolve and challenge everything they thought they knew about humanity. As the police searched the area, Varric could only hope this was the beginning of an alliance rather than a battle. The sound of police sirens faded into the distance, but the tension in the clearing remained. Varric and his team remained hidden among the trees, their hearts pounding in sync with the urgency of the moment. The humans gathered close, whispering among themselves, their eyes darting around, still alert for any sign of danger. "Are we safe?" the brave young man asked, his brow furrowed with worry. "We'll stay hidden until it's clear," Mara replied, her voice low but confident. "But we must talk. We can't let fear divide us." As they settled in a small, concealed space behind some bushes, the group exchanged glances. Varric noticed the fire in the eyes of the humans. They were scared but not broken. Their spirit was alive and ready to fight for what they believed in. Once they were sure the coast was clear, Varric signaled for everyone to gather closer. "Let's use this time to learn about each other. We're not here to invade. We want to understand what makes you strong." The fierce woman who had challenged Varric earlier stepped forward again. "Strength? You think you know what it means to be strong?" Her voice was filled with skepticism. "You've seen nothing of what we face daily." Varric nodded, appreciating her challenge. "Then show us. What does it mean to be human?" The humans began sharing their stories. They spoke of their struggles, their battles against overwhelming odds, and how they persevered through hardship. Each tale was more inspiring than the last. They talked about their fight for freedom, their determination to protect their loved ones, and the unity they found in their darkest hours. I remember the day my family lost everything, the young man shared, his voice trembling with emotion. But we stood together and we rebuilt. That's what humans do. We don't give up. Varric listened, captivated by their resilience. Humans were not just soldiers. They were fighters with hearts full of hope. It was not just about physical strength, it was about spirit and determination. As they shared their experiences, Varric's team began to understand the true nature of humanity. They had heard stories of human warriors, but they hadn't realized that their greatest weapon was their spirit. The humans fought not only for survival, but for love, friendship, and a better future. The fierce woman continued, "We've faced enemies from within and outside, but no matter how hard they hit us, we rise again. That is our power. That is who we are." Her eyes glimmered with pride, and Varric could see the passion that burned deep within her. Mara looked at Varric, her expression serious. "We need to show them that we can be allies. They deserve to know they're not alone." Varric agreed. "We will help you fight against those who threaten you. Together we can be stronger." The humans exchanged glances, a mix of surprise and hope lighting up their faces. The idea of an alliance with aliens was not something they had ever imagined. Could they truly trust each other? "What if they come back?" the brave young man asked. "What if we need you? Then we will be there," Varric promised. "We have advanced technology and strategies you have never seen. Together we can overcome any challenge." The fierce woman's expression softened, and a small smile broke through her initial wariness. "Then let's make this work," she said. "We'll train together. You show us your ways, and we'll show you ours." As the night wore on, the clearing filled with an electric energy. Varric could feel the excitement and determination radiating from both his team and the humans. They were no longer strangers, they were allies, united by a common purpose. Under the stars, they began to discuss plans for training. They spoke of combat techniques, strategies, and the importance of teamwork. Varric realized that this was not just about teaching the humans. It was about learning from them as well. As dawn approached, the first light of the sun broke through the trees, casting a warm glow over the clearing. Varric looked at the humans around him and felt a sense of hope. They had shared their fears and dreams, and in doing so, they had created a bond that transcended their differences. The human spirit shone brightly, a beacon of strength that would guide them all. Varric knew that this was only the beginning. Together, they would face challenges, but they would do so with courage and unity. The fight for their worlds had just begun, and they would not back down. The sun rose over the horizon, painting the sky in brilliant hues of orange and pink. The clearing where the humans and aliens trained had become a symbol of unity and strength. Over the past weeks, Varric and his team had worked closely with the humans, learning their ways and teaching them their advanced techniques. Every day brought new challenges, but the determination of the humans was unmatched. Varric stood at the edge of the clearing, watching as the humans practiced. The brave young man sparred with Mara, their movements fluid and precise. The fierce woman led a group in combat drills, her voice ringing with authority. It was clear that they had come a long way since their first meeting. The humans had embraced the training, growing stronger with every passing day. As they finished their morning session, the young man wiped the sweat from his brow and smiled. "I never thought I could learn so much from aliens," he said, laughing. "You guys are pretty good teachers." Mara chuckled. "And you humans are quick learners. We've all become stronger because of each other." Varric felt pride swell within him. They had built a bond, overcoming their differences and learning to trust one another. It was time to take their training to the next level. Varric knew they were ready to face the threat that loomed over them. "We need to show the Galactic Council that we are not weak," Varric announced, gathering everyone's attention. "Today we will demonstrate our strength. We will make our first united stand against those who wish to harm us." The humans exchanged excited glances, their spirits lifted by the challenge. The fierce woman nodded. "Let's do this. We've trained hard, and we're ready to show the galaxy what humans and aliens can achieve together." The plan was simple. They would hold a demonstration in the city center, showcasing their skills and teamwork. They wanted to send a message to the Galactic Council and any potential threats. The humans prepared their motorcycles, painting them with bright colors and symbols of unity. Varek's team made sure their advanced weaponry was ready, combining it with the humans' tactical skills. As they rode into the city, the sun shining brightly above them, Varek felt a surge of excitement. They arrived at the center, where a crowd had gathered, curious about the unusual alliance. The humans parked their bikes, and Varek's team stepped out of the vehicles, standing tall beside their human allies. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation. Varek raised his hand, signaling for silence. "People of this world, today we stand together," he said, his voice resonating. "We are here to show you our strength and unity. We are not enemies, we are allies, ready to protect each other." The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing through the streets. Varek felt a sense of pride swell within him as he looked at the humans beside him. They were all part of something greater, fighting for their survival. The demonstration began, showcasing their skills in combat and strategy. The humans displayed their agility and creativity, while Varek's team showcased their advanced technology and tactical prowess. They moved as one, a seamless blend of human ingenuity and alien strength. As they finished their routine, Varek felt the energy shift. The crowd was no longer just watching, they were inspired. People began to chant, "Humans and aliens together! Stronger together!" Varek exchanged a glance with the fierce woman, her eyes shining with pride. "We've done it," she said, a smile spreading across her face. "They believe in us." But the true test was yet to come. As the demonstration concluded, an unexpected group appeared on the outskirts of the crowd. A delegation from the Galactic Council had arrived, their expressions serious and curious. Varek felt a wave of nervousness wash over him. Would they see the strength of this alliance? Would they recognize the power that humans and aliens could achieve together? The leader of the council, a tall figure with sharp features and piercing eyes, stepped forward. "We have been watching," he said, his voice commanding. "What you have accomplished here is unprecedented. An alliance between humans and aliens is not something we expected." The crowd fell silent, waiting for his judgment. "We recognize your strength, your spirit," the leader continued. "And we acknowledge that the humans are indeed formidable soldiers. You have proven that together you can achieve greatness." A cheer erupted from the crowd, and Varek felt relief wash over him. They had earned recognition, not just from the council, but from the people they aimed to protect. Varek stepped forward, his heart racing. "We will fight for our worlds. Together we can face any threat." As the sun set behind them, casting a golden glow over the scene, Varek realized they had forged a new path. They were no longer just humans and aliens. They were comrades, united by purpose and strength. The future lay ahead of them, filled with challenges, but they were ready to face it together.